Okay, I gotta ask. Okay, how did you even like get this started? Like, where did you even like start learning about
You
making
want
donuts?
like the OG
The master
origin
plan.
story?
Yeah,
Origin
that's
story.
it. That's what I want. I want to know.
Okay, so my grandparents, they're bakers. They were bakers back in Mexico, Michoacan, and when they came here, they tried to do the whole baking thing. You know, it's sweet bread.
Yeah,
you know,
panaderia.
bolillos, yeah, all that stuff.
Conchas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conchas.
And then I think it didn't, for one reason or another, it didn't work out. As I got older, I got intrigued. I watched my grandma do this sometimes for Christmas or for whatever, you know. And I got intrigued, and I saw her. She was doing some donuts,
Oh, okay.
you know. And these aren't your regular donuts. Like you know, you go to a donut shop, super fluffy, hardly anything in them or whatever, you know. But they all like taste the same. Generally,
Yeah.
they all
Right.
taste the same. These had something different. I'm like, okay, I want to know what's different about them. She shared with me the recipe, you know, and
What's the recipe?
I can't.
No.
That's a secret. That's a family
That's a
secret.
family.
Secret recipe.
How old were you when you first like started
When
learning?
I started asking around, I was probably about 15 or so.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were a little bit older.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably like in high school already. Yeah.
But I think it was my last, or I think it was right after high school. I worked with them over the summer because they started making bread and selling it in the streets.
Oh, okay.
In Santa Barbara.
Mhm.
And they popped off. They were selling
Oh,
like
okay.
I don't know, upwards of 200 pieces of bread.
Oh, so they had clients.
Yeah.
They had mad clients.
So I'm
yeah.
like, wait, you know, I got more intrigued, right?
Right.
So I started helping them over the summer. I think it was after graduation, and I learned pretty much from, you know, everything. I learned everything what I could, you know.
Right.
And at the time, my grandparents, they lived at a ranch, so everything was done there, you know. But the special thing, and I could say this, the special thing about the bread is that they used to bake it inside of a like a
Brick oven.
Brick oven.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bop,
The
bop,
original.
bop.
Yeah, the bop
Yeah.
ones.
Brick oven pizza. Yeah.
So they used to. That's how it used to cook. You know. Bake
Oh,
the bread.
okay.
And the bolillos too.
Right.
So that gives it a different flavor. I mean, you know,
Right.
pizza
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
different and stuff. So I think that's, and the recipe, that along with the recipe, I think that's what makes a difference. You know. Unfortunately, they got moved from there. Or they got kicked out or whatever from where they were living at. So it stopped. You know, we were doing really well for that summer. We do it so good, but it stopped. And then once it stopped, something inside of me was just like, nah, this can turn into something else, you know. But by myself, I couldn't do what they were doing.
Right.
It was
Right,
three
yeah.
of us. It was my grandparents and me. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna try the donuts. So I got with my grandma. I'm like, look, grandma, I think I'm gonna try this out with the donuts. You know, give me a hand. And for a while, it took a while for me to recreate what she was doing because there was no actual recipe. Like it was all in her head and her hand measurements.
Oh, okay,
Like,
Dude,
okay.
that's how it is for like.
That's how it
like,
is.
My mom, like, she has no recipes.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't they say atentiado or something like that?
Exactly.
Yeah, where it's like, in
Exactly.
other words, you add your own kind of like.
Uh-huh.
What would the translation be for that?
I've never even heard.
I almost want to say like at your own risk, but it's more like
at your
They
own
know.
taste.
Yeah, at your own taste.
like-
Yeah,
They
kinda
know,
like
man.
that.
They know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she would just grab the sugar and just, you know.
She'd be like, "This is enough.
This is
like,
enough.
There's no like a
This-
specific measurement, like
Nah.
how many cups. Like she knows, like okay,
Yeah.
handful of this. You add a little bit more of that. She tastes
Exactly.
it and then goes from there.
Just memory after trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean they did it for a long time over there, you know.
Yeah.
So they got on top of it, but I couldn't do that. I'm like, nah. If I'm gonna do this, I have to find
You
a
need help.
consistency.
Yeah.
I needed like a recipe. So it took me a while, and actually up until recently, like these last ones that I did, that's probably one of the best ones that came out with how they came out.
Right.
You know, and anyways. I got with her and she showed me what she could, and then I took it upon myself to do it. I was working at the time at a company, a nanotech company over in Galita, and after I got off from there, I used to go from 6 to 2:30, I think, or 6 to 3.
Okay, okay.
So when I get off of there, that's when I started doing it. I'm out of my mom's kitchen, nothing special, you know. And then just started getting on socials,
Yeah.
Instagram mainly, and then and then so the idea where the name came from, the fancy ugly Dona, is that these donuts when I saw them, you know, being fried and stuff, I'm like these are kind of ugly. Not gonna lie.
Right.
You know, they're not like your regular donuts.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And then you know, go to Krispy Kreme, everything's like exactly the same size.
All uniform,
Yeah.
looking
Exactly.
nice and shiny.
And I'm looking at this donut, I'm like, dang, this is kind of ugly. It tastes good, but it's kind of ugly.
Right,
you know?
right, right.
So then she still always only sugarcoat them with sugar. What I wanted to do is add cinnamon.
Oh,
to
okay,
the sugar,
okay.
kinda
Yeah.
like a churro
Give it,
flavor.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I tried that, and it went off.
Nice.
You know, so that's what I call the original for me.
The original. Yeah.
I call hers the classic. I
Yeah.
call mine the original.
Nice.
So they did a little bit of like panes and like different pastries while you kind of emphasized and like
On the
niched down
donuts.
on
Yeah.
donuts
Yeah.
specifically.
Because the donuts for me it was easier. The one person, you know, with us a team of 3, you know, each one could do something different. You know,
Right, right, right.
So the donuts is just, you know, by myself. My family would help me a little bit, but you know,